Howdy everyone, hope you guys are doing well. Hey Syrup, Fishy Dreams, welcome to the stream. Haven't seen you around. This is my first time on stream. Well, welcome. Good to have you here. And hey Hannah. No, you did not miss the stream. Yeah, so today we're gonna be playing, or reading more Eliza. Now it's been a while since I last opened up the game, so I did prepare a quick recap for you guys, just in case you might have forgotten the details of what happened in the last episode. So let's go ahead and get that started up. You brought your popcorn, nice. Okay, yeah. I was listening to the Yakuza soundtrack and I was like, this would make perfect streaming music, I guess. And it kind of does. It's very jazzy. Alright. Let's get this right here. Okay. And where's my volume? There we go. Alright, so in the last stream we have Evelyn here who works as a proxy for Skanda Corp. Basically what she does is reads the prompt of Eliza, who is some kind of AI psychotherapy counseling program. Apparently Evelyn actually worked as a dev for Skanda back in the day. Eventually, at some point she quit, but later on she meets up with her friend who also worked as a dev, and her friend tells her about her old boss having a presentation, and basically tells us to go there and see what it's all about. And we do. It turns out her old boss is starting up what is essentially a mind control device. Basically Eliza, but just connected directly into your brain. Anyway, it's not good. It just sounds like a bunch of evilness. But yeah, I think one of the bosses asked us to dinner, and that's where we left off. So let's go ahead and continue. Let's go ahead and continue where we left off. That night I head out to meet up with Soren at the restaurant he picked. It's much fancier than I expected. Plat Principal? I'm not even going to try. I didn't count on this expense. Maybe you'll offer to pick up the tab, but that could be awkward too. I don't want him to get the wrong idea. I love how these things always get complicated.
Would you like to start with some fresh oysters?
Oysters. I'd say I'm not really an oyster person.
I'm not really an oyster person.
I don't like this guy.
Well, these might change your mind. No? Well.
He must come here often. What a lifestyle.
Evelyn, I've wanted to ask, what brings you back?
Back?
Back to the world, the land of the living. I know you were having a difficult time after what happened.
Okay, so they did mention, I guess, the death of a coworker or someone close to Eliza. I still don't know what happened, of course.
I don't know. I guess I thought it was time, finally.
Yes, I understand. Every trauma takes time. Time to heal, or if not heal exactly, at least to move on. And taking action is a good way to do that. So I salute you. You want to do his memory right, don't you?
Whose or that's not what this is about. Let's look at that email again. Actually, it looks like we got a bunch of emails. Let's see. Yeah, this Damien person. Damien Seabrook. I don't know who Mary is, but yeah. Okay. Let's just say that's not what this is about.
That's not what this is about.
Well, whatever your motivation, your reappearance happens to coincide with a critical time for me. As you saw, I've just split with Skanda in a very public way in order to pursue an entrepreneurial path. Presumably, Raynor's found you as well.
Yeah, he said he wants to speak with me.
It's a war for talent out there. People like you are very much in demand.
So he probably wants us to work for his project. Ugh.
I'm sure he'll try to make you an offer you can't refuse. That's why I want you to promise me you won't work for that asshole.
Asshole. I had no idea you hated Raynor so much. What happened?
What happened? He came in as CEO, that's what happened. So cultured, all the right credentials, Harvard, Goldman Sachs, all that nonsense. A little princeling who was never wanted in his life, never known what it's like to suffer. You don't get even a little upset at that? I do the opposite of what a guy like that wants me to do just to spite him. That's what my instincts say. And my instincts are what led me to where I am now. Standing at the edge of this brand new territory. Direct stimulation, induced dreaming. Can you picture it? Therapeutic reality delivered right through your nervous system.
This dude is nuts.
It'll revolutionize the entire field of mental health. Not to mention the applications for productivity, training, entertainment. Imagine the kinds of dreams people would have on demand if they could.
God, this is literally the plot of Paprika. If you haven't watched Paprika, you should. It's a really good anime movie. It's all about dreams. You're getting ahead of yourself. Potential for misuse seems high. I mean, of course. You're looking, I guess, controlling people's dreams. That's messed up in the kind of privacy breach way.
The potential for misuse seems kind of high.
Sure, we'll work on those things. The important thing right now is to build momentum. I have first mover advantage here, but only for a small amount of time. Evelyn, I need a chief engineer, and I can't think of anyone better suited than you.
Yeah, I probably should have seen this coming. Atmosphere is so tense. Yeah, the music is kind of building itself up.
You could be at the vanguard of a whole new field, in on the ground floor of this extremely interesting and potentially very lucrative business. Listen, I know that things were not always the best in the past, and some of those things may have been because of me. Believe me, I'm aware of my own failings better than anyone. And if you're concerned about working for me again for that reason, I'll understand. But I hope you're thinking for yourself on this one. I'm sure there are people who are telling you to ignore me, or that I have the wrong idea, or that I'm dangerous. Whatever you choose to believe, I at least want to offer you the chance to get a demo of this technology.
That ain't a good idea.
It really does work, and it's really something else. Won't you give it a try?
I'll think about it.
Considering it is all I ask.
Soren smiles as if remembering a secret.
So, what are you doing after this?
After dinner?
Yes, tonight is... You remember Nora, right? Did you know she's a DJ now?
Yeah, I did. She's the one who told me about your talk.
Oh, right, this is the creepy guy. Oh, yeah. He's made advances towards Nora. Yeah, definitely should stay away from this guy.
Oh, she was there too. I should have said hello.
No, I don't think she attended. She just told me about it.
Well, her show is tonight. If we take a car after dinner, we could get there with plenty of time to settle in. It'd be good to support your old friend, don't you think?
Oh, this is weird. Where do you want to go?
Why do you want to go?
No need to be frightened. I mean, I know it's a jouissance, which is...
Jouissance.
Which is what?
Oh, you don't know.
Oh, haven't you heard?
As a performance space, it has a bit of a theme to it. It's pretty tame, really. They take on the aesthetic, but it's not necessarily the whole point of it.
What's the theme?
It's for people who want the image of the thing, the trappings, without getting in too deep with the real culture.
What are you talking about? What theme?
Oh, I didn't mention?
Oh, haven't you heard? You haven't heard?
It's sort of, well, there's a little bit of bondage theme there.
Why did I get the feeling that would be about that? Oh, it's a fucking S&M club.
You know, BDSM.
Okay, our boss wants to take us to a BDSM themed club. Okay. Is that... Are you sure? How do you know so much about this?
How do you know so much about this?
It's one of my research areas, in fact.
What?
The psychology of S&M is fascinating.
What? Okay. What should I do? Fuck. Oh, this is weird. This is really weird. I mean, I don't want to not go. I don't want to not go. We'll do it for the stream, of course. Or, Nora's sake, that's right. Damn. Okay, things are getting spicy already.
I'll go, for Nora's sake.
That's the spirit. It happens to be tonight, so we should seize the moment.
I know this is like the worst idea ever, but it's, we're doing it for the drama.
Don't worry, it isn't a date. Not unless you want it to be.
No. Fuck you.
I don't want it to be.
Makes sense. Well, who knows who I'll run into there.
Fuck. This old bag of bones is going to a BDSM club with me. What could go wrong, huh? Soren drains the rest of his drink.
Let's go after we wrap up here.
Oh, God. Okay. Unless... How is it possible that I feel old and Soren is acting like he's in his 20s? I haven't been to a concert at a club after dinner in years. We step inside and a blast of warm air hits me. Oh God. Oh God. Oh. Well, that's pretty tame. It's already bustling with activity here. I don't see any bondage stuff here though. What was he on about?
I thought you said this was like some S&M club.
Oh, well, they might have taken all of that stuff down since the last I was here.
Is this dude... is this dude off his rocker?
Are you sure you're remembering this place correctly?
Actually, would you excuse me for a moment?
This is getting weird.
I want to talk to those people over there.
Okay. Soren points at a group of women chatting with each other at the bar. Maybe we just missed S&M night, huh? It's a thing.
Are those people you know?
Not currently, but hopefully I can change that.
Okay.
Wait, Soren, I don't know anybody here.
God damn it. He's already gone. But maybe we could just hold a drink and dissociate for the rest of the day. Why is he like this? Abandoned the second I walked in. Okay. Now I have to sit here by myself acting like I'm cool enough to be out here on my own. We just went with an old man to a BDSM club, and it turns out it's a regular club, and now I'm regretting everything in my life. Great. Alright, let's take a look around. Oh, looks like we got a message. Meeting with Rainer. Oh gosh. Evelyn, you are scheduled to meet with Rainer at 9:20 a.m. tomorrow morning. I will have a car come pick you up from the Queen Anne office. You will need to check in at the front desk, but you do not need to sign an NDA, as your old one still applies. The meeting is expected to last around 20 minutes. Let me know if you have any questions. I forget what NDA stands for, but I'm pretty sure that's the thing where you can't disclose any information about the event or meeting. Non-disclosure agreement. It's in the damn name. Okay. What's a good drink to get at a place like this? Something strong, I think. What is happening? I don't know. I'll be damned if I know. I wonder how many of these bands are still around. Hopefully some of them at least. What is Nora playing? Nora's setup looks pretty simple. Knowing her taste for optimization, I'm sure she's going to use it very effectively. Okay. Yeah, it looks like there's nothing around here. Just a really tame nightclub, I guess. It's a regular nightclub scene. Nora almost runs to the table when she sees me.
Evelyn!
Oh, hey. I don't think... Did I get to see her last time? Thank goodness I've been rescued.
I'm so happy you came!
Think we saw her face. Yeah, I wanted to support you.
Yeah, I wanted to support you.
Our best friend. She's pretty cute, yeah.
Soren came too, but he ditched me to chat up some people. He said he thought this was like an S&M club or something.
What? No, it's not like that at all. Where did he get that idea?
Ah, that's weird. Huh. Huh, okay.
I don't know. Maybe he just hoped it was.
Nah, who cares? I wasn't interested in seeing Soren. I wanted to see you!
Aw, okay. I wanted to see you too.
I wanted to see you too.
I have a little bit of setup left to do. Do you want to come help?
Of course.
Okay, but you'll have to tell me what to do.
Yeah, I'm a certified disc jockey.
Oh, it's simple. I'll show you.
Nora leads me to the stage area. Oh man, in front of all these people? Okay. There are multiple pieces of equipment connected by huge tangles of thick wires. Looking at the setup, I realize I really know nothing about electronic music.
Are these modulars?
Some of them. The one over there with all the cables coming out of it, that one is a modular.
They all have cables coming out of them.
This one?
No, the one with the little colored cables on the front.
Oh, okay.
I'm still not sure which piece of gear she's talking about.
The others are not modular. They're just regular synthesizers.
Okay, is each one of these going to make a different sound?
Where should we start?
Points towards a small plastic keyboard on the table. It's a bright red and kind of looks like a toy.
This is an SH-101. It's really hot. I love the sound.
What?
It's useful for piercing leads, you know, noises like that. I use it quite a lot.
Okay.
Piercing leads. Okay.
Nora points to another, larger synthesizer. This one is black with brown wood paneling on the sides and silver dials in the front.
This is a Moog. You've heard of a Moog, right?
I don't know what half of these things are.
I've heard the name, maybe. It's not Moog? I guess I never heard anyone say it aloud.
Nope. Moog.
Moog, okay.
Moog, not Moog. Okay. I'm not sure I can handle this all at once.
Nora doesn't hear me. Instead, she holds up a small white and silver box. It looks like a white pencil case with dials and little blue lights on it. Okay, I'm pretty sure I've seen that.
Surely you know about this one. It's a Roland TB-303. You know, the acid house sound.
I've heard of it. Yeah, I've heard of that. See, game, you can read my mind.
I've heard of that, I think.
It's just as well. This is not an ordinary model, of course.
Nora points at some words on the front panel. Devilfish.
The Devilfish 303 is a modified, upgraded version of the original.
What? What does it do? Does it do more beeps?
A guy in Australia does it? Oh, they're really awesome.
Aftermarket modifications for electronic music gear. This is seriously a whole world in itself.
Evelyn, why don't I teach you some of these things?
Okay.
It might do you some good to learn something new. You could come over sometime and we can make some noise together.
You know what? That does sound like fun. I'd do that.
Sounds like a fun time.
She plugs in more cables, creating a spaghetti-like arrangement that stretches across the entire table.
All right, that should do it. Thanks for your help.
You're welcome. I don't know what I did. Okay.
Sure.
Time for me to shake this place into the ground.
Hell yeah. Nora disappears into the back to get ready. Oh. Meanwhile, Soren returns from his conversation at the bar looking slightly dispirited.
Ah, time for the main event. Funny to see Nora like this, isn't it? Oh, she's come a long way from the timid junior programmer I remember. Interesting stage name, too. Little Sappho.
Lil Sappho? I didn't know that was her stage name. Oh, that's cute as fuck. Hell yeah. Lil Sappho.
You know what Sappho indicates, don't you?
I think so, old man.
Yes, I know. Don't patronize me, please.
Oh, okay, of course you know. That was a silly question. I apologize.
Get out of here. The lesbian DJ. Playing her lesbian funky tunes. Nora comes back on stage ready to start her set for real now. People are cheering for her already. It seems like she's really got a following here. She begins to press buttons on her equipment. For a while, everything is silent. The temperature in here seems to get even hotter. Then, noise begins to flow from the speakers as the crowd cheers again. Like actual noise. It's harsh noise, distorted, glitchy.
Did you know Nora was capable of creating work like this?
It's like, it's pretty experimental. She was always this way, I guess.
I think she was always this way. You just didn't see it.
Soren can't stop a weird smile from forming on his lips. Maybe he thinks I can't see him in the dark, or maybe he's just lost in the moment.
I thought she was wonderful before, but now...
Yikes. The music builds with huge thumping noises. It's chaotic, but has a certain logic to it. It feels like Nora is leading us somewhere. The anticipation builds and builds. happens totally without warning. Wow, Lord goodness. This bass is really intense. I forgot why I don't go to concerts anymore. It feels like it's going through my body, vibrating my sternum like an instrument. Okay. It's a slow beat measure, but there's something about it that feels sensual. Oh. Or maybe I should say horny. Yeah, this beat is just... it's lewd somehow. How could a piece of music feel so dirty? It sounds like a robot sex grind or something. Love me some Aphex Twin. Nah, Aphex Twin got nothing. Ain't got shit on a little Sappho. Nora looks busy operating her equipment. I have no idea what she's doing to create these sounds. Every once in a while, though, she glances up. Is that too loud? Let's just say it is. She glances up at the crowd, a smug curl on her lips. Then she looks in my direction with the same smirk. Oh. Her eyes seem to ask me, so what do you think? But as I meet her gaze, I'm too overwhelmed to send any particular message. I can't think of anything except that it's loud. I feel like I'm dissociating. Is this why people go to concerts? To feel like you're being obliterated by sound? It's not a bad feeling. Some of the people in the club really do look like they're in a trance. This is pretty amazing. I really had no idea Nora had this kind of energy inside her. I remember she was a good programmer, someone who wanted to do a good job. But this power, where did that come from? It's that big, lesbian energy. I don't know, maybe she's just unhinged nowadays. The noises crash together, collapsing on top of each other, yet they still make sense. The crowd is dancing, united, electric. Somehow I feel like Nora is running me ragged without even touching me. Oh, whoa there, Evelyn. I might need another drink. This music got her all horny. As the performance winds on late into the night, I stop trying so hard to process what's going on, and just let things happen. I'm fine. I don't always need to understand what I'm hearing or seeing. It's too big, too loud to interpret anyway. Soren disappeared at some point. I don't care. Everything is churning, sloshing, washing over. A wave breaking onto a rocky shore and dashed into mist. Wait, where is this? Oh, it's home. I'm not sure how I got here. Good that I'm here though, right? Here, in bed. Okay, wait, I remember now. I took a car. Everything's fine. I guess I did it then. I went out and did a thing. That was fun, I think. It was nice to see Nora. I don't think my body's very happy with me right now, though. I think I'll just close my eyes and rest for another second before I get ready for bed properly. Damn, she dissociated the whole way through. The whole ride home. Ember! Oh no. Hey, glad you could make it. How are you doing today? Amy hates you? Yeah. I thought she notified everyone like a couple minutes after the stream started. Also, hey Scam Likely. What's up? Chapter 3. Raynor's assistant meets me at the reception area with an impassive look. She leads me through the building towards its center. Everything is glass and steel, clean and bright. Employees steal curious glances at me. Am I a curiosity to them? It's hard to believe that this used to be my whole world. Eventually, we come to a conference room where Raynor is finishing a meeting.
Evelyn?
Nice building.
Oh, thank you. I designed it myself. It's funny, I almost didn't notice that you were already back working for Skanda. You might have stayed undetected, but I was looking at some of our statistical outliers earlier this morning.
Statistical outlier. That's me.
Ideally, Eliza proxies would all perform the same, or at least quite similar to each other. In practice, there are some pretty big differences. Some people respond better to advice provided to them by people they perceive as having more authority. A deeper voice, a taller stature, a certain grace or beauty. Other proxies may be particularly empathetic. A face or a voice that makes you want to open up. There was one proxy whose sessions seemed particularly effective, so I decided to take a closer look.
Yeah, this guy is red flag central too. Is that a camera? Underneath the TV? You just got the notification? Weird. Dang. Sorry. I don't know what's going on there. Might be just YouTube.
Evelyn Ishino Aubrey, contract proxy, Queen Anne office. That's a fun trick, to come back to your old company in secret. It's a rather dramatic drop in pay, isn't it? More than an order of magnitude.
I don't care about that.
But then why would you do it?
It's for research.
Research? So you're still interested in what you created? Let me get to the point. Why aren't you back here, working on the Eliza program?
Why isn't any of the old team back?
Good question. Let's see. Damien Seabrook. There's no helping that.
Damn.
Shame, though, for such a brilliant career to be cut so short. Soren Lloyd Rose, the former program manager, resigned just last week to found his own startup. Very cute. I'm not a psychoanalyst like he is, but I can tell his need to be a maverick, even as he benefits from the system, has been the primary destructive force in his life. He can be smart when he wants to, but just as often he gets the wrong ideas and refuses to let them go. His ego gets in the way. That's why I don't mind him leaving to pursue his little dream of being an entrepreneur, changing the world. He won't succeed, but I'm happy to let him think he has independence for now.
What?
If his direct nerve stimulation technology ends up taking off, I can always pull the cord and yank him back. Nora Plavnicki, senior engineer. She handled a lot of the front-end interface for Eliza, which is important, but less what I'm after. Plus, I doubt she's ideologically compatible with us anymore. You've spoken with her, you know how she is now. Seems to me she wants to rebel against everything and anything without stopping to consider whether it's truly good or bad. Not that it matters. I hope she's having fun playing with her electronic music toys. I know she would consider her work to be art, but, well, who am I to judge? And then there's you, Evelyn. You simply dropped away, gone for 3 years. Why?
People keep asking me that.
Let's say this. Or you know what? This guy really gives me the creeps. Damn.
I wanted to, that's all.
Burnout isn't uncommon in our line of work. Still, 3 years is...
Let's see.
It could be longer. It could be forever.
Well, that's a shame though, isn't it? All that lost productivity. Who knows where we'd be if you'd stayed this whole time? You left before we began deploying, but you should know the analysts were very skeptical of us. They were saying there was nothing special about Eliza, that our competitors already had equivalent or better offerings. It's a good thing I don't listen to analysts. So far, the program's growth has exceeded every one of our targets, and we've outpaced the competition by a comfortably wide margin. We're a category definer. There's a quality to Eliza that makes it superior to all the other attempts to do something similar. You were part of the original team. Why don't you tell me what that quality is?
What? Nora might be the only thing in this game that's not immediately fishy. Yeah. And I guess the clients, but nah, it's clients.
I'm not really sure what you're asking.
Well, let me return to my earlier question then. Why aren't you here to continue your work? You could be running the entire Eliza division if you wanted, but instead you came back undercover like a criminal returning to the scene of a crime.
Mind your business, dude.
Is there something wrong with this company? You don't like us anymore? It's not me, is it?
Yeah, it's all you. I wish we could say that.
Maybe that's part of it.
You know what outstanding engineers have that mediocre ones don't? It's curiosity. Mediocre engineers tend to zero in on a single piece of the puzzle. They pursue technical breakthroughs, but ignore the larger picture. But you wanted to know how Eliza turned out, how it was working, didn't you? Even though you might have thought you wanted to put all of this behind you, you were still curious. You want to know everything, not just how it works or if it works, but its effect on people, on society. You have that instinct, the need to understand something complex from as many angles as possible. So please, do that. Learn what you came back here to learn. And once you have what you came for, consider returning to your old employer. You can make a real difference this time.
I really doubt I'd do that. We gotta stand up for ourselves, I guess.
I really doubt I'll do that, Rainer.
And I don't think Evelyn really wants to work back end for Skanda anymore. I mean, she seems to imply that a lot.
Well, don't worry about making a decision now. One more thing. You should go down and see Eliza for yourself. Sarah will show you the way.
Wait, what? Like the server machines, or? Rainer hands me a blue badge with my name on it, name and picture on it. This is my old employee badge. He held on to it?
This will get you through the doors.
Okay. Give me options to be an asshole. That's all I need in games. Hate his vision of Evelyn. We now have a tainted understanding of her. I mean, created by a corporation, probably acts like a corporation.
I've instructed the staff to treat you like an employee. Come and go as you like. I think you'll be pleasantly surprised how much your creation has grown.
Okay. Rainer leaves me in the conference room by myself. This company, Skanda. Nora. She says, "Ugh. Morning, Rockstar." Hi, good morning. Hey, I'm really happy you came to the show. I wouldn't have missed it for the world. No problem. Or glad I went. I know it's not like your usual scene, so I'm extra happy about it. It was weird that Soren wanted to go too. I mean, he thought the club was an S&M club, that's why he wanted to go. Maybe he was thinking he could impress you somehow? Okay. Give me the gator option, please. It was so funny seeing him there. Seemed to be enjoying himself, though. I don't know why he wants me to join his startup so badly. Or do you think he's just being a creep? I'll say I'm sure that's it. I don't want her working for Soren. He's really... Yeah, he's a creep. 100%. I really like the detail that Nora has a cat avatar and we're just the regular oldie. Why else would he do stuff like come to your show? See why I'm glad I left that behind. I don't even want to think about that kind of thing anymore. I really love to make machines do things, but not in that style of environment. I'm sure he is asking you too, no? He is talking to everybody. Yeah. You see, I'm glad Nora found a nice way to use her development skills. Music. It's pretty cool. Rainer also found me. We're in the fucking office right now. That was fast. Did he want you back at Skanda? Yep. Mm-hmm. I figured. This is maybe an odd question, but why don't you go into business for yourself as a contractor? You could even start your own company. Not really a business person. You could just be someone who does some consulting. I do that sometimes and it's pretty good. I like the flexibility. Come into some place, solve a specific problem, leave. Anyway, it's just a thought. Think about it. I'll think about it. You'll come over soon, right? Of course. Alright, yeah. Excellent. I'm looking forward to it. Oh, nice. Okay, let's take a look around. Alright, we got some notifications. This is fresh. It must be someone's full-time job to take care of the water in every conference room. Tech companies are really in their own universe. Pencils and paper. I read that some tech executives avoid using tablets and smartphones these days. Even the ones in their own companies make. Yeah, something about writing something, going into your brain easier. I don't know. Giving presentations, leading meetings. I used to do those things. I wasn't bad at it, in fact. Could I become that person again? Let's see. Something from Eliza. Cookies. Cookies in the kitchen. Yay. Some of you already found them, I see. There's banana bread, too. What should I make next? Aw, Ray. You're so sweet. Alright. Evelyn is right. Business is like a whole skill that requires a certain personality. It's completely different from just knowing development. It's a different skill set. What does a fulfilled life look like? Okay, we'll take a moment. Okay. Finally, Rainer's assistant returns and escorts me from the conference room. We're gonna see Eliza. This is gonna probably be weird. We enter an elevator, and it begins going down extremely fast. It feels like we're falling into the depths of the earth. I'm not sure if I should be panicking or not. Hell yeah. Ron, howdy. Glad you could make it. How are you doing today? Hope you're doing well. Nobody around looks worried though, so this must be normal. Huh. The elevator opens onto a nondescript hallway with doors to either side. Looks like the secret research facility in a movie. At the very end of the corridor, we come to a special-looking entryway. Sarah holds a door open for me, but doesn't follow me through. Oh yeah, the server machines. A server farm. Not particularly unusual. Why did Rainer send me here? He made it sound like I would learn something.
Eliza. Not the name I would have given you, if it were up to me.
It was a marketing decision.
Okay, who are you? Erland. Hope today's treating you well, too. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I've had an okay day. It's one of those sweaty Thursdays. Parents called, so I had to step away. Yeah, we talked to Rainer, the CEO of Skanda, and he kind of wanted us to work for Skanda again, which we decided would not be a good idea. But yeah, we're gonna go see Eliza, I guess, in all her glory. Hey, I have women names to make them more approachable. Oh yeah, I guess you won't want an AI named Hal.
They thought there might be some recognition or resonance with the old version.
Yeah, who are you? What kind of name is Erland? I'm sorry. I'm so sorry to everyone named Erland.
I'm sorry, who are you?
Oh, I should have introduced myself. Sorry about that. I'm Erland, currently the chief engineer here, but that's probably going to be temporary.
Oh. Chief engineer. He looks like a baby. He must be fresh out of university.
I know who you are, of course.
Oh,
It's
okay.
an honor to finally meet you, miss. As someone who works with this program every day, I've often felt close to the minds who originally designed it. So to be able to talk to you now, just as another person, it's an honor.
That's touching in a way.
Sorry, I already said that. I'm maybe a little overwhelmed.
It's a very nerdy name. For very nerdy Erland. He's baby. Let's be nice to this guy.
It's nice you feel that way. Honestly, I don't know if Eliza reflects me at all anymore. I mean, look at all this. There's been a ton of development since I left. I doubt I would even recognize it as something I once worked on.
I'm not so sure about that. Most of the work we've done has been in the form of layers on top of the original system. The core modules are more or less the same as they've always been. Rainer reminded me that you're still subject to our non-disclosure agreements, so let me share a little secret.
Yep.
None of us really has a great understanding of what's going on in there.
Isn't that all programming?
I'm the third chief engineer Eliza's had in the 3 years since you left.
That's quite a lot of turnover.
Yeah, even for this industry. The way Rainer works is, he gives you 2 chances to do what you tell him you're going to do. After that,
There is no third chance. I know.
we get these people in who say understanding Eliza will be easy because they're familiar with the type of program it is. And Eliza defeats them in the end.
Overconfidence. Don't bring in guys like that. Not the type of program they think it is. Do we want to sound cool and mysterious?
It's not the type of program they think it is.
Yeah. On that note, I do have some questions I'd like to ask you, if you have the time.
Sounds like someone's making up a name while they're saying it. Lend. On that note, okay.
I'm not sure I'll be able to help.
Well, you're deciding to work as a proxy has turned out to be an interesting test case. As I'm sure you know, different proxies lead to slightly different client outcomes, even when we control for other variables.
I mean, that makes sense. If she created it, maybe she has a better understanding of how it works.
We're studying the specific traits that lead to the best results. Vocal qualities, proxy attitude and affect, responsiveness to the client, that sort of thing. One thing that's strange is that when you specifically serve as the proxy, clients report higher levels of satisfaction, pretty much across the board.
Really? The ratings I get don't seem that abnormal to me.
Yeah, that's because we normalize them per proxy, so nobody feels too bad.
Oh, shit.
Just a little user experience trick.
Oh, I see.
Wow. So we got the best ratings. And... what? I guess the other proxies have awful ratings. I wonder why... What makes Evelyn so special?
Comparatively, though, you're basically the best proxy we've ever had.
Sleepy Peach. Hey, how you doing? I hope you're doing well. I'm glad you could stop by.
Any theories on why that might be the case?
Right now we're looking at Eliza, the actual machine, and we're talking with the current chief engineer of Eliza, and they're kind of at a loss on development.
It's possible Eliza and I think along similar lines.
I've considered that. At some level, perhaps unconsciously, your design for Eliza's reasoning was based on your own internal way of reasoning. We all put something of ourselves into what we make. No matter how neutral we try to be, it sneaks in. That could account for your unusual compatibility with each other.
Maybe. I certainly wasn't thinking of that when I designed it. I don't know if I like knowing this.
I'm certainly not blaming you for anything. It's just that true universality is one of our future development goals. It might be a problem if Eliza tends to like certain people more than others.
That's threatening. That's kind of ominous.
Our aim is to provide quality care for everyone, regardless of any differentiating factors.
Why don't you just, make Eliza 100% robot and make her speak in Evelyn's voice? I guess that would work. It's a good goal, or maybe that's not possible. I don't want to crush his dreams, I guess.
It's a good goal. I hope you can achieve it.
I think we can. Hopefully it's just a matter of uncovering the system's biases and correcting them. We'll keep tuning things as we go, and eventually we'll have something universal, maybe with some dynamic layers on top. That's the plan anyway. We'll see how it goes. There are more questions I want to ask about the initial research you were doing at the time Eliza was first created.
Wish that happened to me. Would do anything for a better job opportunity. Well, job that would do anything to hire you, unrealistic. You just gotta keep at it. Send in hundreds of applications. They're gonna put Evelyn's brain in there, like Portal 2. Wait, what's her name? Caroline. Just came to me.
But I'll save them for later. And I'd like to ask some questions about Damien too.
Okay, that's a little personal.
If you're okay with that. I'll understand if that's a sensitive topic.
It's okay.
It's okay.
Okay. Great. I need to run to a meeting now with the team in Romania, but I really appreciate you taking the time.
There's a team in Romania? What?
The team in Romania.
Yeah. They handle most of the progression and reward system.
Isn't there a big time difference from here?
There is. Sometimes they stay up late to meet with us, and sometimes we get up early to meet with them. There are teams in Munich and Hyderabad too. As you can imagine, coordinating development is a challenge sometimes.
It sounds like a pain.
Sounds like a pain.
No, it's fun. I'll contact you later with additional questions, but no rush or anything. Thank you, Evelyn. If you don't mind me calling you by your first name.
Yes, it's fine.
Thank you so much, Evelyn. I'll be in touch.
Asking permission to call me by my first name. It's like he comes from another era. It's a, I guess, professional thing, maybe. You know Portal 2, of course. Hasn't everyone played it? I can't imagine the size of the team you need to run something like this. Bigger than any team I've been on, that's certain. And Erlen is in charge of all of them? Erlen said the program hasn't changed much since I worked on it. But then why do they need all this? Is it just for data? Data throughput and processing? Huh. Humanity's potential, our technology. I don't even know what that's supposed to mean. Okay. I think I've spent enough time in here. Skanda hasn't changed much since I left. It's even bigger now than it was, but the feeling is the same. Could I come back to this? Nah, don't do it. Ray comes over immediately when she sees me get back to the counseling office. Can I please get some of that banana bread?
Hey, you're not in trouble or anything, are you? I just saw you being whisked away in a Skanda car toward headquarters.
How did you see that?
They didn't give me any details, which is kind of unusual.
Ray's too perceptive for me to continue avoiding this conversation. Time to come clean.
Yeah, about that. So I have something to tell you. I used to work here. I mean, at Skanda, as an engineer. I used to work on Eliza. I'm sorry for not saying it earlier, but...
Here for research, couldn't for whatever reason, or didn't want special treatment. Or, well, let's just say I couldn't.
I couldn't, for whatever reason.
Oh, so that's why...
Why what?
I suspected something was going on with you, but I couldn't tell exactly what it was.
Is it the good ratings?
I thought I might have seen a name like yours in our internal documentation at one point, but I didn't want to pry. If you've fallen on hard times, I understand. There's no shame in it. Everyone has to make ends meet now and then. We get plenty of people who come to Eliza proxy work because they're trying to get back on their feet after some kind of trouble.
Trouble? I'm fine.
Oh, I'm fine. I'm just doing some research.
I understand. Your secret's safe with me.
Should it be a secret?
Shouldn't it be? The other proxies here might think you had an ulterior motive for being here. Spying on them or something.
I guess that makes
That's
sense.
definitely not why I'm here. Also, I left Skanda quite a while ago.
I know that, but they might still get the idea. Trust me, it's better not to give the other proxies here any reason to be suspicious. I'm sure your real reasons are good ones. If there's anything I can do to help, you'll let me know, won't you?
Yeah, I will.
I mean, I get it. I know someone who's an engineer for a food delivery app, and he drives for it sometimes too.
What? Nice.
You want to see through the eyes of your users, don't you?
That's pretty smart.
It's amazing what you can catch by doing that.
It's something like that. But like I said, I'm not sure if I'm going to work on the Eliza program again.
Wait, no? But that's your career.
It was. I'm not even sure if I have a career anymore.
Oh, hang on, I just thought of something. That means you worked with Raynor, right?
A little bit. For most of the time I was at Skanda, he wasn't anyone I spoke to, though. Too high up the chain, doing his executive stuff. He got more involved when we were starting to commercialize the technology, but I left not long after that. So we only overlapped for a short time.
But that's so cool, though. I can't believe you actually worked with Raynor Sai.
Well, yeah, I did. I'm not sure it's that impressive.
Ray lowers her gaze at me.
I've worked for this company for 3 years. Do you think he knows my name? Do you think he's aware I exist? I worked on the very first Eliza deployment and managed 3 counseling centers today, and I'll bet you anything he has no idea who I am.
Okay.
Maybe he does. You never know.
Yeah, he might have seen your name somewhere.
Evelyn, most people who work for big companies don't interact with the people at the top, ever. Allow yourself some pride.
I don't like the people at the top. Let's be honest.
It's nothing to be proud of.
Sure, if you say so. At least I'll always think you're cool.
Aw, thank you, Ray. That's very sweet.
By the way, what are you up to tonight? Want to come over and help me bake cookies?
Oh shit. Are we going with Nora? Yeah, we promised Nora we would come over, so maybe.
Maybe.
It'll be fun, I promise. Now I can't wait to get in the kitchen tonight.
Oh, I want to bake with you.
There's nothing like the smell of fresh baked treats.
Hell yeah. I know the feeling, Ray. You get me. I was worried Ray would be mad at me for keeping a secret, but she wasn't at all. If anything, she warmed up to me quite a bit. I don't really understand why, though. It's hard to imagine there's anything cool about what I used to do. Erland. Okay, Evelyn, it was wonderful to meet you, and thank you for allowing me to contact you to ask additional questions. I'm not sure I said this in person, but I have to admit to being something of a fan of yours. Oh god, what? Ever since I read your papers when I was in school. So I'm grateful for the opportunities to speak with you like this. So I know Eliza was named after this old computer program that pretended to be a therapist. Oh yeah, the Eliza thing. But you mentioned it wasn't called that initially. I'd like to know, what did you call Eliza when you were working at it? Did it have a name? Nice essay, but let's see. In the early days, it wasn't a set thing. It really is a lesbian dating sim, isn't it? I mean, I'm not complaining. That's what I'm here for. Each of us had a different sort of name we used. Soren called it the Digital Therapy Project. Very generic, and we often referred to things by their components. The language processing unit, the emotional reasoning engine, and so on. Now that I think about it, I did have my own name. Evelyn, are you the kind of person that sends one sentence at a time? I hate that. I called it the listener. Because that's what it was meant to do. Listen to people. The listener. That's interesting. Thank you. I expected you to ask more technical questions. The technical stuff isn't enough on its own. I think that's the mistake my predecessors made. It's details like this that really help me wrap my brain around the system. If I understand the programmer, then I understand the program. Does that make sense? Yeah, that does make sense. Chief engineer for Eliza, huh? Wonder how long he'll last. Not that it's any of my business now. Oh, okay. It'll never stop being weird to me how our little idea grew and grew and turned into this. Didn't even take that long. Ray must work extra hard to make sure these plants stay healthy. She really likes to go the extra mile on things. Okay, Ray, it's a snake plant. You're not gonna kill it. I'm sorry. I'm super judgy plant dad. On some level, I always knew the therapy sessions went to a big server room somewhere. But it was something else to see it in person. It reminded me how easy it is to forget what's going on behind the scenes when we interact with technology. What's up? Oh. Hey, Ray. The article came out. I think it turned out okay, but the emphasis on me is a little embarrassing. Ooh. Ray Bukhari smiles as she recounts the litany of jobs she was worked over the course of her life. A line cook, truck driver, substitute teacher, theater manager, and a chicken coop builder. Whoa. Huh. Okay. This is like a little segment on, I guess, the day in the life of an Eliza center. Huh. Okay, sorry, I'm not going to read all this. Maybe important stuff. Eliza was originally developed as a skunkworks project inside Skanda by a small team of idealistic engineers. Once CEO Rayner decided to make it a full product, and the cornerstone of the company's mental health offerings, the number of people working on the project exploded in size. That's where Bukhari and her experience came in. Remember telling them I may not have a computer science degree like many of you, but I've been handling shit and getting it done in so many different situations by now. I'm sure I can get your shit done too. That's a really flattering quote. In our family, we kept things bottled up. We never acknowledged our problems. There was a sense that strong people could just power through whatever issues they had, she recalls. I think attitude is part of why he's so stubborn. I guess her brother? Oh. If he had been able to open up and talk to me, or talk to our parents instead of staying silent, I think things could be different. So that's why I want to do this, and I want to tell you readers, if there's someone out there having a tough time, and don't know who to talk to, please try Eliza. It just sits there and listens to you. Unlike your friends or relatives, it will never respond to you by bringing up its own problems or berating you. It just listens. It's the listener. I do like Ray. Number one, plant dad. Plant dad. Daddy. Okay. Hey, this guy's new. Mark Forrest. Hello, Mark.
Hello, Mark.
Yeah, hello.
How are you today?
Let's just get this over with.
Okay.
Okay. What brings you here today?
Human resources. The HR department brings me here today.
Oh, that's just the worst.
Why do you say the HR department brings you here today?
Because they're making me do this. Because apparently I have anger management issues.
I sense that you're upset about this. Please tell me more.
Oh, I'll tell you more. This is ridiculous. I was here before any of them. I was here since the beginning, okay?
I like how it's like different sound, different music for all the client's problems. You got a perfect cookie recipe. Oh, please send it. Unless it's the one you sent me. But yeah, send it to the Discord.
I mean, look at my badge. Skanda employee number 617. That's a 3-digit number. I've been here for more than 25 years.
Okay, big shot. Man, I need to sleep for work. Alright, good night, fishy dreams. I hope you have a good shift tomorrow.
Yeah, that was back when what you communicated was more important than your specific communication style. Before hurting a kid's feelings became a bigger no-no than running a viable business. Back then, we had a single office building. Just one. At that size, you fail a product launch, there's no more company. We all had to put in 150, 200, 300% to keep our shit together. We were in the trenches, man. Bullets whizzing by overhead, artillery exploding everywhere, no fucking air support.
Okay, it's a company, not a war zone.
Did it suck? Yeah, it did. But you know what? We shipped some great fucking products.
Well, you might have also shipped great products with a little more communication.
We built this company into what it is today, and invented technology the whole world uses now. Governments, multinationals, everyone. But now we're big and slow, complacent, resting on our laurels while our competitors run circles around us. If our new hires don't understand the urgency of that, I need to make them understand, okay? We're history unless we get that drive back.
Alright, calm down, Boomer. Why?
Why do you need to make them understand?
Well, I don't know if you noticed, but young people are really pissy and entitled these days. We recruit from top 20 computer science programs. These kids have been wined and dined all through their higher education. Every one of our competitors wants to hire them, so they get used to that. Now they all want to know what Skanda can do for them, not the other way around. Why would we want these conceited, over-celebrated whelps on our team? I'll never understand the logic there.
What? You guys are getting old and retiring.
Now, Mark, you have to be nice to the new hires or they won't like it here. Okay, so what, I'm just supposed to pretend everyone's work is great, even if it's a pile of stinking garbage?
Oh, Jesus, heart rate is through the roof. Holy shit.
I'm sorry, but if I see shit, I'm gonna say that is shit. Tiptoeing around everyone's feelings all the time. That's how you end up with shitty products. That's how this company winds up dead, okay? We're fighting for our lives every day here. We can't take anything for granted. Someone needs to tell them that this isn't summer camp. This isn't fucking Coachella. Either you do the work and provide something of value to this company, or you get the hell out of here. Those are my rules.
I'm sorry you got... sorry you got cubicle PTSD. Here's a question.
Here's a question, Mark. If you were able to have something you wanted right now, what would you choose?
I would choose to not waste my time here and get back to work. Believe it or not, I have important things to do. You know, things that dramatically affect this company's bottom line. Instead, I'm stuck here talking to this dipshit chatbot. Honestly, I don't even know why this division exists. I mean, what's the end game here? This company's lost its mind, you know that? We used to be unstoppable, man. We used to build real software. Ironclad software. SwiftMail. All your corporate communications, put it all in there. It's fast, it's robust, it works. Boom. InfoVault. Index and search all your records. Any information you want. Easy. Done. But this fucking psychotherapy app thing. What's the fucking point? What does it actually do for anybody? I've heard through the grapevine that results are inconclusive so far. You know what they call a remedy that maybe doesn't work? Snake oil. Believe me, if I was the group program manager here, I would have killed it years ago. Pointless. I mean, I have no fucking idea why it survived. Well, yeah, maybe I do. I heard a rumor that Raynor liked this chick on the team.
Oh, really? Huh, interesting.
I wouldn't be surprised if that's the level of decision-making we've sunk to here. But Mark, we're so successful. We dominate the market. Yeah, we do. And that's exactly why we should be worried. Just when you think you've won, and you start to relax, that's when the wolves come and tear you limb from limb. You can make me take these fucking anger management classes, but that's not gonna save this company. Costs are up, revenue is flat. Our cloud business is losing competitiveness. We're being outwitted, outplayed, on every level, man. And we're just letting them do it to us. We're too busy wasting time on shit like how I wasn't nice enough to the new hires.
Why do you think the new hires felt this way about you?
What? Why do they feel that way? Look, they get heated. That's the way it is. You think the Allies had time to make sure every soldier's feelings weren't hurt before they stormed the beaches at Normandy?
What is this guy with his war fantasies?
Shit, don't tell me that this is not a war, because that's exactly what this is.
It's a company. It's literally it's not a war. That's it. I don't know. What's up with you?
My responsibility is to make sure we get great products out the door, on spec, on time. And I happen to be very good at that. But if you want to start interfering with my ability to do my job, then we're going to have a problem, okay?
What do you think would make things better for you?
I mean, you know what? Nothing. I'm probably going to hang it up pretty soon anyway. Go ahead, record that with all your cameras and shit. I don't care anymore. Wouldn't be surprised if Raynor's watching me right now. Raynor, you son of a bitch. You owe me a lot. Me, guys like me, we built this company while you sat up there in your star chamber, drinking tea and lording it over us. Yeah, don't think I don't remember that blank look you gave me at the holiday party. Like, who is this guy? Does he even matter? What does he do? Too busy appreciating ancient pottery to remember one of your oldest and most loyal battalion commanders? One of the humble, everyday guys who made you a fucking billionaire. What a waste of time. So, are we gonna wrap this up?
Mark, I'm going to suggest you try a program called Lakeside Fishing.
Go fishing, Boomer. Get out of here.
It may help you take your mind off things.
What, are you kidding? Are you kidding me? No, I'm not gonna do that. I gotta get back to work.
You can find it inside the Skanda Wellness app on your phone.
Someone around here at some point needs to do some fucking work.
Try it for about 15 minutes each day, in the morning or evening. We hope to see you back soon, Mark.
You really think this piece of shit's gonna be the next big thing, huh?
Thank you for speaking with Eliza, your personal counseling partner. Goodbye.
I like how everyone said that. She's fed up.
Yeah, okay, goodbye. Fuck me.
Evelyn's had enough. No, rating. Okay. Skanda Old Guard. Attitudes might be changing now, but the history is there. Sometimes the past is hard to escape. What do we got here? I didn't recognize his face or name, though. He must be part of a different division than the one I was in. Glad I never had to work with him. Yeah. Whoever decorated this room must have picked a soft light with the idea that it would help clients feel calm. I'm not sure it's working. Again, it's too sterile. This place is a little too minimalistic for its own good. So that was a thing. Time for my next client already. Hello, Harriman.
Hello, Harmon.
Harriman.
You found the place okay?
Yeah, no trouble at all.
It's been nice since the fog cleared this morning, hasn't it?
Sure. We can dispense with the chit-chat. I'm ready to begin.
Okay. What brings you here today?
First, let me note that I'm a graduate student at the University of Washington.
Okay. Has it been 5 minutes before you told anyone? Since you told anyone?
I'm a PhD candidate in literature, English literature. The
All right.
crux of the matter I've come here to discuss is that I've been having something of a difficult time with one of the other students currently in the program. Before I get to the specifics, let me just first establish something that might be relevant. One thing I know about myself is that I've always had a certain fear of being left out. It's a very general feeling, and one that's difficult to ascribe to any specific cause in my childhood or my parents, etc. Whatever the case, it might be beneficial to the remedial process to figure out where this feeling originated from. Perhaps you might explore that in this or a future counseling session.
Sure.
Sure. I'm prepared to listen to any topic you'd like to discuss.
It's not even that I've been left out, exactly. If I try to think back in my life, I know that I've been afforded a certain share of privilege. But I'm still afflicted with this bothersome notion that I've missed out on friendships, relationships, other opportunities. This is all just a bit of a background to help you understand my current situation with regard to another student in my program.
Okay. You feeling left out in school? I'm not going to say anything about English majors.
I hope you're following all this. I realize now I have no idea how much intelligence you actually possess as a computerized system.
I'm following you. Please continue.
Perfect. So, her name is Sylvia. And her writing is incredible. Everything she writes, it's brilliant. She's perceptive, insightful, mordantly funny. Just some of the best writing I've read from anyone at all. And she's a grad student, like me, in the same program. Though we have different advisors, so it's not so simple to find the pretext to start a casual conversation. She's also quite attractive on a physical level, so that adds another dimension of complexity to the proceedings. Then there's her friend group, which is very well established. She's with them every day, smiling, laughing, so that further complicates things, since I'm not sure how to approach the group and steer things so that I can engage in a direct conversation with her. I wish I had the bull-headed confidence it would take to simply approach her, but you see, I don't. Just listen to me talk. I feel like a schoolboy with my heart aflutter.
Oh, he's in love.
I didn't think this kind of thing lasted into one's adulthood, but I suppose I know now that it does.
It sounds like you might be anxious about this.
Is it a matter of anxiety? I don't know what I can do, other than muster up the courage somehow. I just need to tell her very simply that I admire her. She's such a good writer. Well, I don't expect you to understand it, of course, but, well, she is. She really is.
Okay, Harmon. I want you to imagine things going well. What does that look like?
Ideally, we'd start talking, have a wonderful conversation, spend more and more time together, support each other's work, fall in love, have a lot of sex, spend the rest of our lives in the warmth of each other's genius.
Okay, dude. I need a bucket.
I realize that may be something of a fanciful notion at this stage. Really, the most I can hope for is to be able to meet her in an open social setting, a party or something. You'll likely ask me why I simply couldn't create such a situation, contrive one. But that seems a little too aggressive for me, and also, I'm also concerned about what she might think of me as a person. She might immediately categorize me as a friend, and while I'm sufficiently with the times to know I would have to accept that, I can't say that I wouldn't be disappointed with such an outcome. Is the risk of rejection enough to stop me from giving it a try? This is what confounds me at the present time.
People like this really exist. Why are you so worried about the friend zone?
Why do you believe you are worried about being categorized as a friend?
Well, because it's not what I want. because it feeds into this image I have of myself as something of an undesirable fellow.
Okay.
I've always been a bit of a non-entity as far as sexual magnetism goes. I'm not saying I deserve or even want to be some kind of Casanova, but most people would like to feel at least somewhat attractive, right? That they can be desired, that they're worth desiring. Well, I very much doubt you would take any of this to heart. You are a computer program after all. There's no way your makers would allow you to come to that kind of knowledge, would they? If they did, society might be threatened.
Okay, Harmon, I have some recommendations for you.
Take a chill pill. Okay. Relaxation and centering.
First, I'm going to suggest a set of relaxation and centering exercises for you to do.
No, I promise you don't sound like that.
You'll find them in the Skanda Wellness app on your phone. They may be able to help with your nervousness. Second, I recommend asking your doctor or psychiatrist about Litosinol 2. Based on my analysis, this medication might help you feel better.
Yeah, I believe I've heard of that. A beta blocker, is it not? Yeah. Well, maybe I could take a couple before I try approaching Sylvia.
Alright.
You will get a reminder to check in with us in a few weeks.
Sure. I have to go. I'll see you later. Bye.
Okay, see you, dude. Awkward. I meet 5 men like this every day. What the fuck? Dude, I am so sorry.
Goodbye.
I realize that Evelyn says a different goodbye every time now. It's the only way she can communicate her real feelings. Okay. We got 2 stars, really? Alright. I wasn't sure of the exact reason, but I decided to accept Ray's invitation to help bake cookies. She gave me directions to a house in Wallingford. At first, I was astonished by its size. Then I remembered her saying something about living communally with several roommates. That sounds like it could be nice, assuming everyone got along okay. As I enter the house, I can hear Ray speaking with someone. Stop talking for the love of Shakespeare. Can AIs really handle incels? That's the real question.
No, I don't have them. Yes, I'm sure.
Huh. Damn, she's got a lot of plans. Oh man, I love her. I'm in love with Ray now.
No, when you moved out, you took all those with you. I haven't seen them here.
An ex?
No, I'm not gonna look right now. I have a guest. No, it's a friend from work. Why do you care about that? I can't have a friend from work over? Give me a break. I just told you I don't have any of that stuff anymore. No, you must have lost it on your own. Stop it. Stop that. Okay, fine. Bye. Evelyn, sorry about that.
Oh, it's okay.
It's okay. Who was that, if I can ask?
Oh, just my brother.
Oh, the brother. Oh yeah, the brother with substance abuse issues.
He used to live here, but he was causing a lot of problems, coming home really late and making noise, not doing his share of the chores, and so on. We voted him out last month, even me. Even though 6 months ago I was begging everyone to let him stay here, promising he'd be good. Oh well.
I'm sorry.
It's fine. I'm just disappointed with him. Again. I really thought this last time that he'd actually pulled his act together. But he didn't. I wish I could do more for him.
Her voice sounds familiar. Maybe she voice acted for another game. That would make sense.
What more can you do?
I feel bad about it. Some of what he's dealing with is his own fault, sure, but not all of it. He's just not built in a way that's suited for this world. I wish there were better ways we could care for people like him. Instead, he just gets thrown out of every place he lives. His relationship with our parents is really bad, too. They aren't willing to try to understand him, so it all ends up going through me.
That must be difficult.
It's all right, really. I handle it like anyone else. We all have our own problems. Anyway, we don't have to talk about my brother. Thank you so much for coming over. I wanted to say it's been really nice working with you.
It's been? Did something happen?
Well, no, but you aren't going to be a proxy forever, are you? I guess I assumed you'd be going back to your job at headquarters at some point.
I'm gonna say I doubt I will. I really don't want to work. I don't want Evelyn to work for Skanda. Skanda headquarters.
I doubt I will, actually.
Oh? So you're going to stay a proxy?
For the time being, at least.
But we don't know for sure.
That's cool, but why? I mean, if a high-level job at headquarters was a possibility for me, I'd do whatever it took to get it. No matter what that job was, it couldn't be more stressful than running 3 counseling centers at the same time.
I'm not sure.
I mean, Evelyn's pretty, from what I've heard, burnt out. I don't think she's ready to go back to working as a dev, or if she ever wants to ever again.
I think something about it is good for me right now. As a proxy, I just sit and listen to someone and I don't have to say anything back.
The line logo on YouTube, it looks like Evelyn's phone is Serien merch. Yeah, that's the new Serien phone. Get it now, it's a limited edition.
I just witness someone's sadness or fear or anger or anything, and I can feel how they feel, sympathize with it. It's a calm feeling, even when the client is worked up. I don't know, maybe it gives me perspective. I'm starting to wonder if I ever really spoke with anyone before, like anyone at all in my life. Were we all just talking past each other? Sorry, this is making no sense.
No, I get that. But you could also help even more people by working on Eliza itself, right? Not to mention make way more money. Anyone can be a proxy, but you're important. And kind of maybe like a genius. After you told me you used to work for Skanda, I searched online and found some of your papers. They're, well, it's not like I can understand them, but they sure look super impressive to someone like me.
Please don't say that.
Oh, come on. Stop self-deprecating all the time. Look, I know this stuff seems like not a big deal to you. I get it, I really do. It's easy to undersell your own skills. I've done that my whole life. So take it from me, you don't have to downplay yourself. Take some credit for the amazing work you did, seriously.
We got a message from Rainer. Recommend Ray to an upper level job. Nepotism. We could do that. Totally. Oh. I guess we're just gonna read it. I guess I should respond.
Sorry, Ray. Mind if I reply to this for a second?
Oh, go right ahead. I have stuff to set up in the kitchen anyway.
Oof, I hope that wasn't rude. What did you think? I don't like this guy. How'd you get my number? Everything's in the database. I don't know what you expected me to see. It's big now, that's for sure. I remember when it used to run on my laptop. Evelyn with the 20 messages. I guess it's easier for me to read. What you saw was just one of the server clusters we have dedicated to it. There are 2 more currently operating and another dozen in various stages of development. In total, it processes more information on a daily basis than anything we do. I had no idea you'd be using it like this. If I did, I would have worried more about optimization. That wouldn't have been necessary. Most of the Eliza servers aren't running the therapy application. What are they running? What do you mean? Consider the following. Eliza processes human speech from thousands, soon millions of people. All of that is going into its corpus. Much of it is information about life situations and emotional states, taking the form of stories people tell themselves and each other. Where does this lead? This is getting creepy. At some point after robust language processing and emotional reasoning, you begin to get something akin to general intelligence. Okay. The collective thoughts of humans turning into some kind of intelligence? Interesting. Yes, I would call it human model artificial intelligence. The next step is to take the base provided by Eliza and finally build the one thing that's eluded the field of AI for so long, general intelligence. A system capable not only of understanding commands and carrying out tasks, but reasoning about its world, learning and adapting. A thinking machine on par with human beings, and of course eventually exceeding them. Why is this guy so weird? Are you saying human-style intelligence can't come from human beings? Ooh, got him. People tend to be unreliable and expensive. As I'm sure you know, the human brain is to thinking as the pack animal was to transport. Slow and weak, but for centuries was our only choice. Now we're finally developing the equivalent of powered vehicles for thinking on a mass scale. At this point, it's only a matter of time. We're on the cusp of a fundamental shift. The important players here are quietly lining up their bets, positioning themselves to be at the center of this revolution. Luckily, Skanda has an advantage the others don't, and it's thanks to you. Because of Eliza's original purpose as a tool for therapy, its core is built around emotionally driven reasoning. My belief is that emotional reasoning is a key ingredient others in this field have overlooked. Emotional reasoning. I mean, that makes sense, but can you really capture human emotion with something that's logical? Something that runs on logic? I'm not sure what you're thinking is possible. A bit aspirational, Mr. CEO. It's ambitious, certainly, but we can't afford to progress in small increments. Not with a world like this, not with the competitors we have. How will you know when you have it? That's an excellent question, of course. This may sound odd to you, but I'll know I've successfully created a general artificial intelligence when I see it write a poem. A poem. Yes, it would have to be a good one, of course. Or is this red? Violets are blue. Artificial intelligence said, fuck you. I don't know. Okay, I'm going to bed. Good night, Evelyn. Alright, let's take a look around. Ray's got all these plants, and you know me, I love plants. Ray seems to be a fan of plants. I think I get it. It's nice to have something to care for in a low-key way. Yeah, poems, emotion. Doki doki. Oh, God. Oh, flashbacks. Something to nurture. Alright. She's got some really ornate decorations here. This house looks so cheerful and cozy. Everyone who lives here must really care about making it an inviting space. Yeah, this is like other side, total opposite to the The Eliza Center. I like that poster. What, the rhino? Are they a band or something? What does that say? UNESCO Rhinoceros. I was always bad at keeping up with new music. Okay. Ray returns from the kitchen, her cans caked in flour.
Sorry for abandoning our conversation like that. I just got something I really thought I should answer. It was kind of about what we were discussing earlier. There's someone at Skanda who really wants me to come back to my old job.
Who? It wasn't Rainer, was it?
What? No, what?
Well,
No big deal. Just the CEO of Skanda texting you on your personal phone. Evelyn, you try to tell me you're not a big deal, and then Rainer Sai texts you personally at like 9 in the evening.
only because he wants something from me.
Still though, that's amazing. What did he say? I mean, you don't have to tell me if you can't. I know how Skanda is about secrets, so I would understand.
He was saying, among other things, he said you could use general artificial intelligence to write poetry.
Is that the kind of stuff he likes to talk about?
I don't know. I haven't had many extended conversations with him. Seemed kind of ridiculous to me.
I don't know if it's totally ridiculous. Poetry, well, most poetry that isn't free verse has certain patterns, right? It has form and meter and other elements depending on the type. A lot of people think poetry can be whatever, but it doesn't quite work that way. So it's not really that far-fetched to think you could use some kind of software to approach it, or understand it, or maybe even create it. It doesn't strike me as antithetical to the spirit of poetry.
I didn't know you had such developed thoughts about this. Did you study poetry?
Not specifically. I used to dabble in a few different kinds of arts and ended up learning a few things here and there.
Alright.
I've always had a wide range of interests. Of course, that meant I never concentrated on one specific area in school, which didn't do a lot of good for my career prospects, obviously. If I were smarter, I probably would have studied something more technical.
I want to tell Ray that that kind of choice has very little to do with being smart, but I have a feeling she wouldn't believe me.
Have you ever been to a college recruiting fair for engineering and computer science grads? You must have, right?
Yes. No, I haven't.
I helped run the Skanda booth for one once, and it blew my mind. They took over the atrium of the building it was in. There were demo stations, free food, Skanda t-shirts and swag. If a candidate seemed interested, they'd talk about flying them out to whatever Skanda office they wanted to visit, just to see it. And all the other tech companies and a bunch of startups I'd never heard of had booths just like it too.
I have startups come to our campus often.
I couldn't even imagine being that wanted as a potential employee. Every job I've ever applied for, I've been one among hundreds or thousands. So yeah, my parents were probably right. I should have done computer science.
Well,
At least now you know Rainer likes poetry. Maybe you could have a conversation with him about it sometime. Then he'd learn who you are.
I doubt we'd have much to talk about. There's a pretty big difference between someone like him studying poetry and someone like me having opinions about it. Sometimes it's better not to cross that line, you know? He's part of a different world.
he's evil, Ray. Yes. Ray pauses to regard me for a moment.
Say, Evelyn, are you in a relationship? I'm just curious.
Ooh. Well, I don't think so, but I could be in one.
Me? No. I wasn't doing so well for the past few years. And before that, I just never had the time. It was just research and science and work, and then I woke up one day and I was in my 30s.
Damn.
Even if I wanted to date, I wouldn't know the first thing about how it's supposed to work. I wouldn't even know how to tell if someone were interested in me.
Yeah, that's perfectly understandable.
Ray's just screaming at
I'm
her.
kind of over relationships myself, like on a conceptual level.
Oh, you've ascended.
Not even in a sad way, like really okay.
Okay.
If someone and I end up getting along, that's great, but I'm honestly okay by myself.
Are you sure?
Really? Are you sure?
Yeah, I only tried to have normal relationships for so long because I thought it was mandatory, something expected of me. But now I see where people my age end up, how they live, and I feel lucky. I feel like I escaped. I mean, I think it's fine for others if they want that, don't get me wrong. It's just not for me. I could maybe share my life with someone, but it would have to be platonic. I'm not into, the physical aspect of it. Never have been.
That's understandable.
That's made it tough. I've never found someone who was okay with just like hanging out and that's our relationship. People will say they're okay with it and then it turns out they aren't. It's frustrating.
There are some relationships like that. That is true.
There are some relationships like that, though.
Sure, and I know some people who have that.
Ace.
I haven't really put that together for myself yet. Sometimes it's hard to escape feeling like it's wrong somehow. I hope we can add features like that to Eliza at some point.
What?
Some knowledge and understanding around sexuality,
Oh.
identity, and relationships.
Yeah.
So people who are different in some way have someone to talk to, someone to help them work through how they feel and maybe point them to some resources.
I think that's a good idea.
That sounds like a good idea. I'm not sure how well it could really understand, though.
You really gotta have all aspects in there, otherwise it's not 100% effective.
Even so, just providing a space for people to be listened to can be really valuable, you know? I've seen it with my own eyes. People who get the courage to talk about themselves in a way they never could with another human being.
Imagining some robot ace action. Ace action? Okay.
And Eliza is what makes that possible. I know you want to avoid giving credit where it might not be due, but not giving credit to something that deserves it is just as bad.
Yeah, I don't know. Sorry. I'm sorry I keep coming down on it.
Evelyn, I'm not a psychologist or anything, but I think maybe the reason you're so down on Eliza is because you're down on yourself.
Oh, damn. Call me out. Expose me.
I don't know what happened that made you leave what you had behind, but it must have been hard.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was hard. It's like I lost that time.
Are you okay?
People keep asking me that. I really don't know. I'm sorry,
No, don't apologize. Actually, can I suggest something?
You're making an Eliza suggestion?
What's that?
Have you ever gotten counseling yourself?
Oop.
What, with Eliza? You think I should?
Yeah, I do.
Oh my god, that would be like talking to yourself. Huh. You know, that might actually be effective. I'm gonna platonically marry Ray. Who wouldn't? I mean, cookies every day? Fucking great furniture choices? That's all you need.
You've been the proxy, but
And
maybe
plants.
you could try being the client sometime. It would be educational, at least.
I didn't even think about that the whole time. Wow.
Isn't that what you were doing? Testing your product in the real world?
Maybe.
Just something to consider.
Ray takes a breath and smiles.
Speaking of therapeutic activities, it's time to do some baking.
Hell yeah.
I've got the dough all set out downstairs. We're going to do 3 batches tonight, 3 different kinds.
Nice.
3 kinds. You're really outdoing yourself, Ray.
Nah, this is nothing. Oh, I have a favor to ask, by the way.
Hmm?
Next time you talk to Rainer, ask him what his favorite type of cookie is.
Alright. I'll do it for you, Ray. Chapter 4. Alright. What the? That looks fucking gorgeous. I really love the art in this. Oh. Let me just take a second. I'd like to live there. Hold on. Alright, so I think I might have to end it here. Yeah, I gotta work on some lab reports. But yeah, that was, we're getting somewhere. We're kind of establishing stuff with Nora and Ray. Also, Raynor, I don't know what his deal is. He's got some kind of ambition. It's larger than life, really. And Soren, I think he's just a regular old creep. But yeah, that was pretty nice. I know it has been a while since I kind of abandoned this for a week, or actually it's been 2 weeks, hasn't it? But yeah, I will have some free time later since I'm not working anymore. Well, I say that I'm still working for a day or two. Well, I'm not working on the weekdays anymore, so I will have a lot more time to stream. But yeah, I'll be playing more Eliza and Yakuza, and in the meantime, I'll also be looking for new games. Yeah, take care of yourselves, guys. 2 weeks. I mean, it's not the longest hiatus I've had. It's not 1 month between playing one shot. Yikes. Yeah. I'll find the time. I usually always do. So, let me see if I can actually save though, because that would be nice. Pretty sure it auto saves. That's okay. And yeah. Let's see. It really doesn't make nice stream music. A jazzy lounge standard, that's like my brand. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Thank you for coming to the stream. I'm really glad you guys got to hop on. I'll be streaming probably either... Actually, I might be able to stream Friday and Saturday. Let's see how that goes. Yeah. Again, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I really enjoy playing visual novels like this. It's just relaxing. Yeah? Why, But yeah, don't forget to take care of yourselves, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.